What's up YouTube? So today I'm gonna take a look at Bitcoin. We got the weekly candle closing today and I'm gonna show you guys my next targets and my next potential setups. So I will take a look at the higher time frames. So yeah, let's just jump right into the charts. Alright, so let's start off by looking at the weekly here. As I always do, I try to start with the higher time frames and then work my way down into the lower time frames. So when first looking at a chart, I like to look at only price action, right? Without any indicators or anything like that, right? So right here you see that we had this weekly downtrend right here. With this higher high here, we broke the weekly downtrend and we slowly started to see a weekly uptrend forming here. But now that we traded back down here, we have we're in the danger zone of starting like a new weekly downtrend, right? What I like to see is a higher low here. We have a higher high here. I would like to see a higher low here and then continue upwards for another higher high to continue this weekly uptrend. Now let's take a look at the moving averages here. We have the weekly 21 EMA right here. So right now we're trading just below the 21 EMA on the weekly, which is obviously not a good thing, right? I would like to see the weekly close above the 21 EMA. Otherwise we will probably see a move down into right down and see a bounce of the green 55 exponential right here around 8,200 or 8,150, right? So somewhere in that region, if we lose tape one close here, we will probably go down and test this area. Now let's put on the drawing tools here and you will notice that we also have the 200 simple on a daily right here. So let's switch to the daily because this is very interesting, right? We have the 21 EMA on the weekly and the 200 simple on a daily converging in the same area right here. And just now with this drop here, we got the first retest after a rounded retest on the daily. So the first retest of the 200 simple with a rounded retest. So I mean, this isn't a bad buy, right? I mean, if you use this 200 simple as your invalidation area, you should be pretty good, right? I'm not gonna long this because it's Saturday and the weekly close is just coming up, so I'm just not gonna trade today at all. I'm gonna wait for the weekly close, right? So another thing I want to show you here is I want to measure the RLC of this move we got here. So as you guys can see, we have started to we started a short daily uptrend here, and I'm gonna show you the RLC of this uptrend, and it's actually confluent with where price currently is right now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce here for continuation, right? So again, we're seeing a lot of confluence with the yellow 21 EMA on the weekly and this white line, the 200 simple on the daily. We're seeing a lot of confluence in this area with the RLC being right here, the 200 simple and the 21 EMA on the weekly. So I mean, this isn't really a bad area to load up your long-term bags, right? If you believe we are going higher. Usually buying the RLC is a pretty profitable thing to do. And also let me show you this RLC right here, and this is why I'm a little bit hesitant buying right here, because the RLC of this move right here that we broke recently is right down here. The midpoint of the RLC is around 7.5k, right? And if we break down from current prices, I do expect a move down into the RLC here, because if you look at the higher time frames, this is a pretty good support resistance area, right? This red box I got here, I should probably make this one green. So from a technical perspective, this area down here is, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we actually come down and trade here. The problem with trading down here is we've entered again the weekly downtrend, so definitely in the danger zone, right? So trading down here, I would be pretty bearish, but if we get a bounce here and starts a daily uptrend, I would think that this could be the place where we'll see the bottom. But it's very hard to predict, obviously, and as a trader you have to trade what you see, and you can't really trade what you think will happen all the time. Alright, so let me show you this range I got drawn out here on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour here we have this range with the EQ being confluent with the 21 EMA on the weekly, and the 200 simple is right below the range EQ, and the range EQ is also right on the top of the RLC. So I'm seeing again a lot of good confluence in this area. So I think this might have been like the breakout of range. We then come down, we didn't see a bounce of range high, but like if we reclaim range EQ here, we'll probably see a move up to range high here, and if we break out for a second time, I do expect to see a good reaction of range high and a move again up to the 21 EMA on the daily here. And this area up here, this is the interesting area around 9k, right? So this is the area that we need to break in like next week, hopefully, for me to become bullish again on the higher time frames, right? Because I want to see this type of action. We broke this, we got rejected up here, moved down, bounce here, and like I want to see a stair-stepping motion here from Bitcoin like this, right? So for me to keep my bullish bias, we need to, first of all, I would like to see this weekly candle close above the yellow 21 EMA on the weekly here. And I would also like to see, like, we can't see price start trading below the 200 simple on a daily. So right, this general area right here between, I would say, 8,600 and 8,800, that's the area that needs to hold unless we are going to trade down into the RLC down here. But then again, trading down here is you know, really in the danger zone. So I don't really want Bitcoin to be trading down here, but if we'll see like a global meltdown in the financial markets because of this coronavirus or whatever, we will most probably see Bitcoin follow, and if that happens, I'd become pretty bearish down here. I will be looking to take a couple of longs because I think this area is you know, I'm seeing a lot of good confidence between the RLC and a very strong horizontal support and resistance area, so I will most probably try long, but it will be very low risk and obviously very risky because we are then in a pretty clear downtrend. But if we can bounce here off this RLC of this move and continue to trade higher, then especially if we take out this level right here, confluent with the 21 EMA on a daily, that's when I will start, you know, going all into Bitcoin. Well, not really all in, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm mostly in USDT right now, so I don't really own a lot of Bitcoin right now because I think this price action is rather bearish, right? So I want to start filling a couple of bags inside this area with a stop below this area, or I would like to see price reclaim the 21 EMA in a daily, this area right here, for a trade, for a move upwards, right? So I will start filling my BTC bags up here or down here. Tight stops here, not really as tight stops up here, obviously, because we have, you know, the clear, like the invalidation level for this one is right now obviously this area, but depending on how this low, this bounce down here looks, we could use this area here as our stop loss area. So it all depends on how price action looks if and when we break this area to the upside. Alright guys, so I think that's my overview of Bitcoin going forward into next week. And just to recap this, what I'm watching very closely now is the 21 EMA on the daily, the 21 EMA on the weekly, and right here, right? the upper part of the RLC of this latest move. And I'm also watching the 21 EMA on the daily and the 200 simple moving average on the daily. So I don't want this area to break to the downside. The 21 EMA on the weekly and the 200 simple on the daily needs to hold for me to think that this is like the bounce before continuation, right? Lose these ones and I will be looking for a move down into the RLC right here, and most probably closer to 7.5. So 7.5 is, if we move down from here, 7.5 is an area I'll be watching. And if I enter along down here, I would most probably take profits up where the 200 simple is on the daily, or the 21 EMA on the weekly. Alright, so that's it guys. Take care and have a great Sunday everyone.